welcome to Live with Judy K on Facebook and YouTube. Tonight is October the 12th, 2025, and I'll be on this live for about 25 to 40 minutes, depending on how it goes. But thank you so much for joining in. Tonight's topic is kind of interesting. Well, of course, it's interesting, but it's a different metaphysical way of looking at things. And I thought about it the other day when something happened. And I thought, a lot of people, and this is why I started the lives, don't understand some of the metaphysical things that go on and why things are and why things aren't. And it's going to be on one of those things. Oh, hi, everybody. The comments are starting to come in, so I know. Sometimes you wonder when you start these lives if it's running. Andrew's doing a good job giving me a heads up because I do have to prep. I feel like one of the news people in the beginning, just sitting here smiling. Hi, everyone. It's nice to have you. Now, remember, as most of you know on here, I'm going to be doing a 3-card tarot pool for 3 different viewers. And remember, if you have won in the past 3 weeks, you're disqualified until that 3 weeks is up. Now, I didn't do the live last week, and thank you all for understanding. Sometimes, and how life goes, so sometimes I just can't be at the computer and sitting down at that time. And I knew that day was really going to get a little crazy. So I did cancel it because I thought I'm not going to be able to start until later. And a lot of you, they definitely have work tomorrow. So that's why I did. And thanks for understanding. But, and all the nice comments everybody sent. So remember now that the tarot pool is going to be won by 3 different viewers. To win one of the 3 spots, you do have to write in the comments that you would like to be included. Now, some people watch and they don't really need the 3-card pool, so they don't ask for it. So just by, showing that you're on here and watching doesn't really do it. So you do have to ask. Andrew will be writing the names down. And when he writes the names down, he does check who's been the 3 winner. Now, the last time I did a live, remember the one girl, the one woman, not girl, one woman did not respond when I told her she had to respond to let me know, 1, she was there, and 2, what line of life she would like the tarot cards on. Now, if you're not here, oh, you lose out. Now that doesn't say you can't win the next week because you got it, but you didn't get it. Why would Spirit? Because actually Andrew's not looking, oh, I like this person. He's not doing that. He just does this and let Spirit draw it out. Why would Spirit do that? Well, Spirit might do it because they might be saying, we have a message for you. And then if you're not there, which is fine. I mean, things happen. People have kids and, the kid's supposed to be in bed and all of a sudden comes walking in or, different things. And there's lots of things. Life is life. And I totally understand that. But it always happens for a reason. All right. But I'm happy to do it for you. Remember, after the tarot pool, we have the healing. And sometimes I see people with commenting on things. And they think to get the healing, you do have to watch the healing each week. Well, say it's a Tuesday. You did see the live on Sunday night, but it's Tuesday and something's wrong. Go on YouTube. And remember, Judy K Professional. Andrew's going to have that up. Judy K Professional. No, it's Judy K Official is my YouTube channel. And what you do is you can go on any of the episodes. You have to go under my live videos and you can get on any of those episodes and watch the end and get a healing there. It doesn't matter if the healing's old or new. You're still going to get it. Okay? All right. They don't end at 8:30 on Sunday nights. All right. Now, remember, and I cut off Khufu and Kafra's heads. There they are. I had a nice surprise yesterday. Now, Andrew's at a different location doing his technical stuff. John's down the hallway doing his husband stuff. And yesterday I got the nicest surprise. John had gone to an antique store. I couldn't go with him at this one store. I was somewhere else. And he surprised me with three pyramids, the Giza pyramids, and I meant to have them on the desk tonight to show you. And I'm going to have to do it another Sunday. I am so sorry. I'm so upset. And I didn't realize they were missing until the live started. And I thought, oh, I got to talk about the pyramids. They're very nice. Oh, they're so pretty. They're like that size, and they're nice, and they're metal, and they're from my desk. And if you come in the office, you'll see them on my reading table because that's where they're going to go. All right. So let's go on here. Remember, when it comes to the tarot pool, only ask once, because if you ask more than once, you get the second one gets on a list and it gets crossed off because you asked too much. And let's not try to have Andrew go crazy. My next expo, and this is getting so quick, it's coming up November 8th and 9th, and that's when I'm going to be in Berkeley Springs, West Virginia. What a great spot. I love this show. That's Saturday the 8th and the 9th. Both days, it's 10 to 5. If you would like to pre-book, I'll start taking pre-bookings. The emails will go out. If you'd like to be added to the email list, just let me know, and we'll get the emails out to you, and you'll know how to pre-book and things like that. All right. Now, if you'd like to schedule a reading or a healing or a psychic party at your location, I'd be happy to schedule you. You can find my information down here. There I go, right at the bottom, judyk.net, and you can ask to schedule that. This week's prayer list, and I'm happy it's staying the same and getting smaller. It's nice it's nice to be able to help people by putting their name on the list, but it's also nice knowing that people have gotten better and we've taken them off. But right now, we're still praying for Carmen Tumayan, Sandy Coster, Kay Rapp, Tara Chaffee, Tim Merrick, Lee Gusha, and Diane LaPresti, all who are having health issues. Okay, so now I guess we're ready for this week's subject. Oh yeah, Tom. I just saw Tom saying, yeah, 3 more pyramids. And the Giza ones. And I was at the Giza pyramids, and they're a lot bigger than these statues. Okay. Now remember, you are welcome to ask questions about this by typing into the comments on here or comments on the YouTube channel. All right. So today's subject. All right. And this is why I'm exhaling. Is it? Here it is. Wait a minute, hold on. Wait a minute. Oh, here it is. Okay, I got my pages mixed up. This is how can I say it? I guess it is an upsetting subject, but people will contact me, and I used to work on numerous missing person and cases where that people have gotten murdered. And they're still trying to find them, and it's still missing. Now it's missing alive, or it's missing deceased, or what happened. And it is very emotional. And there's a lot of times when I have taken a break from doing that. The reason being is when you sit with me to get a reading, that is a time frame. Okay, we're together, my client and me. And then I might sometimes get something a little later on the day. And if that does happen, and it's rare, I'll text or message the client or call them. But it doesn't happen too often. But I'll have a person that will contact me to ask me to help with a missing person, not knowing if the person is deceased or still here. And they know they're calling me with a loving heart, very loving heart, a very caring heart, because we all watch the news. We all watch it when you hear it on the news that this person's missing. Please help us find them. And you do care. And it's a child, an adult, or somebody's parents. It is upsetting. But sometimes I do have to say no. Now, why would I have to say no? This is what made me bring this up as a subject today, because I'm letting you know how it is. Remember, I always say I'm a psychic medium, and it's wonderful to be a psychic medium. Everybody wants to be a psychic medium, but realize it is a two-edged sword. What you get sometimes isn't the nicest things, all right? So when someone asks me to do a missing person, and this happened, I'm going to say probably 3 or 4 weeks ago, I got, I think it was a call, not a text. I don't remember completely. The phone's always going somewhere. But anyway, a woman asked me if I would help with a semi-local missing person. So I talked to her for a few minutes, and she had said um, that the family had contacted another person, another psychic medium. So, one thing is, I am not going to tread on somebody else's case. Now, I don't know who it was or what it was. I'm not going to do that because, one, if the family wants my help, I'd be more than happy to help them. But the biggest thing is, I'm not going to cause a bunch of confusion. All right. The family made a choice, and that's fine. It totally is. Now, but then I started talking to the person. I said, "I'm sorry, and I'm not going to do that." And she goes, "Well, this is a nice person and everything." And I said, "How do you know this person?" And the answer was, "Well, I really don't." Well, Spirit told me too in the beginning of the phone call not to take it. Now I really understood the reason. I cannot give you information for people. And even though she might not have wanted the information from me, but unless Spirit tells me to do it, or somebody comes to me that is family or the authorities, that's the only time I help. Why? Because you can't talk about somebody else's life to people that have no bond with the person. I was doing a gallery years and years ago, and I was working with another psychic medium. And I got very upset. I was doing the gallery was going great. And somebody in the audience stood up and asked a question about a body that had just been found that was missing for a number of years out in another state out west. Now, just because it's out west, I mean, I've actually worked on a case that was in India. I'm sitting here in New Jersey, and I did the case that was in India. That's not a problem. It's not my location, their location. But then this other psychic medium kept going on saying about the person's sexuality and personal, private things, and I kept saying, "I'm not getting that. I'm not getting that," and they wouldn't stop. You have to realize the fine line a psychic medium has to walk, and then who gets information and who doesn't. No one in that audience was tied to this person. It was an anonymous person. It wasn't an anonymous person because they figured out who it was. But the problem is, if anyone finds out about this person, the private information, it should be the family and the authorities. Now, I'm sure you're all agreeing with me, and this might not have been the subject matter that you wanted me to speak on, okay, tonight, but you'll understand the life of a psychic medium more, okay? So you have to be very careful. What we have to be careful of who we're giving someone's private information to. Now, years ago, I was working on this one local. It was a murder case, local murder case, and I was working with the family. Now, sometimes I work with the family, and if I'm working for the family gets the information. All right. If I'm working with the authorities get the information. I'm working with the family. And I had really hurt them with some information that I'd given them. And I said, well, it's a fact. And I told them who was responsible. It was very, very heartbreaking. So one day, my girlfriend and I were sitting and having lunch, and we were actually having lunch at Panera Bread. Everybody knows me, knows I like Panera. So we're sitting at lunch and having a Panera Bread, and there was an awful lot of gentlemen coming in and sitting at this. They made this really, really long table. And we're sitting there having our lunch, and they start talking about the murder case they're working on. And my girlfriend sitting across from me goes, "Oh, it's a murder case." I'm like, okay, be quiet. And here, yeah, it was the case I was working on. And what the police were saying was the family's got a psychic medium working on it. The and it was I don't even know how to say the emotion I had from that. I was glad the police were on top of it. I wasn't really worried about the police not being on top of it. I knew they were doing a good job, but I know this family, I was supposed to work with them, and until Spirit tells me different, that's where the information goes. They can Go to the authorities afterwards. I'm giving that's my source to go with the information. Now, this case was very, very prominent back in the day here, and a lot of psychic mediums were calling them. Now, I'm not going to say psychic mediums, okay? Anybody that had a dream, and they were coming up with these far-fetched stories of what happened. Far-fetched. And what that does by them telling the authorities, the police, that is just make their job worse. But everybody, I guess it was like a claim to fame type thing. And they were telling them crazy stuff. When I was talking to the family, I had never been in the home. I told them exactly where the furniture was. I told them exactly who was in the room, and I told them exactly who did it. That would help the authorities. See? So if you get a psychic message about something that, and you're not a professional, and you get a message and you're thinking, well, that might have something to do with it, and you're not really sure, it's best to call another psychic medium, truthfully. It really does, because you need someone to clarify it before they wind up on a chase over crazy stuff. I mean, if you heard the stories that supposedly, well, I'm a psychic and and it's upsetting to begin with, and then put all that craziness on top of it for the family who had lost a precious loved one. So, and I was happy to work on it, but I can't give information. And I wish I could, but I can't give information about someone that's missing that you don't have a very strong bond with. All right. It's not that we're mean or we're nasty. And I think about it. I might not have come off that nice in that phone call when I told the lady, no, I can't work on this. Um, you know, and it's hard, but you kind of do what you got to do. So maybe what I'm trying to get here is be precious with this. It's a rough job. We love it, but it's rough. But we'll help when we can help. And sometimes I'm going to give you this little token of information. Sometimes if we see it on the news, we get the whole thing. Sometimes we won't get anything. And if you're not getting it from spirit, you're not really getting it. All right. Well, I wish I had picked a happier subject, but spirit picks my subject for me. And if you haven't, okay, there is what's called spiritual law and boundaries. Yeah, I don't call it that. It's all that newfangled information. Everybody's. Well, it's like they take the language of the time. In my day, it was like you just don't do that. Yeah, but you're right. You're right. Um, you're right, Stephanie. It sounds like a spiritual HIPAA situation. And actually, that's what it'd be. I like that. In fact, I'm going to write that down. It is. I don't know if I'll remember, but I'm writing it down. A HIPAA situation. Absolutely. And there's missing people today. There's missing people everywhere. And there's times, and I've done a lot of those cases, and there's times I just have to back off because don't ever forget that the person that's solving the case what could wind up as the next victim because they know too much. See? Yeah. Oh, this is a touchy, touchy subject. And I hope I didn't scare any of you, but I'm not trying to scare you. I'm just trying, as I said, Spirit told me to explain metaphysical things to the audience, and that's what I'm doing. And I'm making progress with my books. I'm telling you. Well, I went from one to the other. I got to talk about something happy. I am making extreme progress with my tarot book and extreme progress with my other books coming out. Oh, I missed that. I wish I knew what happened to someone I know who went. Yeah, yeah. You see, it's someone you know, and you know what, Carmen? I forgot all about the conversation with you. That was not you that I was talking about. Not at all. I forgot about that. We had talked about that during the last reading, but sometimes spirit won't let you. Like sometimes, I'm going to go back. I'm going to a little longer than that. One time, I'm in my office and I'm doing a small group mediumship only. All right. The reason the mediumship only readings I do is when a family loses some loved ones or one loved one, I try to make it affordable and you all can be together instead. I have to do this because I like to do private personal readings, but you can have your family sit in the back of the office, not the back of the office, just a little bit away from the table. That's fine. But I had a girl, and this I'm going back 10 years or more. And I went, and there was like four people. And finally, I said, "Is there anyone else you want to get hold of?" Because we were getting near the end. And this girl says, "Well, there is a man I want to get hold of," and she told me his name. And I'm trying to get him, and spirits like, mm-mm. Spirits go, mm-mm. So finally, I said, "Honey, how did you know this person?" And she said to me, "I never met them. I didn't know them, but they're of a friend of a friend's friend who I don't know, somehow or other died. I don't remember the circumstances." I said, "Honey, I can't do that. You can't do a friend of a friend. You can't do, you can do a friend, you can do a loved one, you can do a, like, say your girlfriend's boyfriend. That's fine because you have a connection because of a girlfriend, but there was no connection." So yeah, you're exactly right, Stephanie. You hit it right smack on the head with that. I shouldn't say that. You hit it right on the nail with the HIPAA. Mhm. Yeah, definitely, definitely. Yeah, so I hope I had you understand something that might not have been, as I said, what you wanted tonight, but that's what Spirit told me to speak on. All right. I'll try to find a happier metaphysical subject next week. So now let's do the tarot pull. So I have to go to my phone here and screw up everybody's name. Okay. All right. Uh, Michelle Pierce. Now, I have two clients named Michelle Pierce. Just so you know, this is the Pierce that spells her name Pierce. Okay, because if both you Michelles are on here tonight, we're in trouble. So that's how I got it. Okay, and then we have Christy Moon, and we have Danielle Foster. Oh, I'm printing them out so well tonight. Anyway, so Michelle Pierce with the IERCA, Christy Moon. Oh, I screwed that up. Christy Moon and Danielle Foster. Text in the comments if you would like general, finance, romance, um, career, housing, whatever you like. Give me a subject, or you can just say general. All right, and I'll get the card started. Now I know the past 2 weeks. Last week I took off, but the past couple of weeks, while I was doing my life, I was really tripping over my words, and I was working a little bit too much, and it was Sunday, and I'm sorry about that. Notice that I've taken this weekend. I had off a couple of days, so I'm on my game a lot better. Sorry about that, but sometimes the brain goes faster. So let me see. Okay, everyone's congratulating, but I don't see anyone. Michelle Pierce. I mean, I'm really going to have a night off if you if you don't respond. Michelle Pierce, Christy Moon, and Danielle Foster. Oh, Danielle Foster is general. Okay, Michelle and no, yeah, Michelle Pierce and Christy Moon. Let me know what you want, or we're gonna have to skip you, and then we'll go right to the healing. You know what? It is kind of my fault because I just realized in the beginning I was trying to make my script. I'm going to put down here. I'm going to underline it for next week. You have to be present. Maybe that's what people think, and if they walk away, they can come back or hear it on their. Okay, so let me just go here. So it looks like Danielle, you might. Oh, Michelle Pierce. Oh yeah, you no, sweetheart. I know you don't see the Michelle Pearson with the other spelling. Michelle Pierce, Pierce. I mean you, sweetheart. What do you want? Michelle Pierce, I just asked me. She didn't see the other one. Michelle, tell me what you want, honey. All right. Oh, Milo isn't feeling well. Jen Sanchez, little Milo. That's her doggy. So please add him to the prayer list. All right, because as anyone that's a pet owner like us, they mean a lot to us. All right, Michelle Pierce, and that's you because you just messaged at 8:24. Give me what you want, general finances or whatever. You were the winner. All right. Oh, here she is. General. Okay, sweetheart. I didn't mean to confuse you on that. Sorry, Michelle. But I've gotten confused there for a few years prior with you too. All right. All right. I still don't see Christy Moon, but I'm going to continue doing the card pull now. All right. This one's for Danielle Foster. All right. All right, Danielle, for you, and this was in general. You've what it's saying here is you've had some thoughts in your head that would be more emotional or something that are fact. Now, how did I get that? I got the fool card. Now, it doesn't mean you're a fool, don't get it wrong. But what it means is you're not thinking right. So anything that you were concerned about, they're just spirits saying that you really should clear that up. So it would be, I'm just going to give you some stupid examples. These are not your messages, but say, nobody at work likes me. Well, Spirit saying with this card is no, that's not true. You're just reading them wrong, or sometimes it might be you coming off wrong. So, what it's saying here for you, Michelle, is what you've been thinking. It doesn't have to be work, whatever you're thinking about, a lot of it is imaginary. They're not saying the whole thing, but sometimes it's like, when you get a text and you think, well, that was nasty, but if you read it a couple hours later, it really wasn't a nasty text. It was nice, but it was just the way you perceived it. So that's what they're saying. They're saying perceive. They're actually saying everything with you is good and everything is fine, because the next card you got is the strength. Now realize out of that you got two major arcana cards, which is very nice. So you have very strong. Also, you got the Seven of Swords. Now the Seven of Swords, you have control. So start taking what's ever going on and making it work for you. And with the first card, it said, remember, you're thinking about this wrong. You've got it wrong a little bit. So just perceive things a little different and take control. So that's all it's saying to you, which is really good, because it doesn't show me any big problems that you're falling over. It's just the way you're dealing with it. All right. So realize you've got it good there. And that is your reading. Now, next thing I'm going to go with Michelle Pierce. That was Danielle Foster's. Michelle. Wow. Okay, pretty good. Say it's what you have here, Michelle, is you have the Three of Pentacles. Now, the Three of Pentacles is a good card, but you just got to watch it a little bit. Nothing's going good. The Two of Pentacles is right after that. So, otherwise known as, this is making a good union. So, what it's saying to you, Michelle, is things are coming together. Things are coming together for you very good, and also be realize how wonderful you're doing a job, because then you got the Queen of Wands. So take what you're getting here. The spirit guide's patting you on the back. Good girl, Michelle. All right. And it's saying you're doing good. Continue to work things out. You've got everything pretty much worked out. Now relax and enjoy yourself, because the Queen of Wands has everything. She's well monetarily. She's well with heart relationships. She has all the aspects you'd want in a person, is the Queen of Wands. And that's what Spirit's saying. All right. Well, that was two nice messages from Spirit. And anyway, we'll be moving on to the healing now. So remember, if you do want to take part in the healing, I recommend closing your eyes. Not just now, I'll tell you when. But you can leave them open, but you're not going to shut your mind off as much. I mean, you'll get the healing, but you need it to really, really get down through the layers. All right. Okay, so here we go. I'm gonna cut off the heads of Khufu and Khafra. All right. I was joking with my husband because the three pyramids of Giza, Khufu has the real big one. That's the daddy. Khafra is the son. He has like the medium sized one. And then the third son, I believe his name begins with an M. I'm sure Andrew knows the name on there. And he always seems to fall in the back and in the shadows. And it's still a nice pyramid. All right. So here we go. So we're just going to relax. Don't stiffen up. Just relax, and I'll be sending to you in a minute. If Spirit has someone appear to me or anything, I will tell you. But realize when I do my lives here, I'm not doing my metaphysical work. I'm doing just the tarot reading I've done since 1969, 1970, and the healing. So that's what we're going here. So if a deceased person comes in, it's just a surprise to me as it is to you. Oh, thanks, Jim. This is actually a dress. Isn't this nice? Yeah, I like it. All right. All right. Here we go. All right, everyone, inhale through the nose. Shut your eyes at this time if you can. And just relax. And as you relax, just let go. There you go. And go down deeper. And go down deeper. And go down deeper. And go down deeper. There you go. And exhale. And here we go. Spirit's having me heal this woman. This woman's mind is going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And she tries to find peace, but she can't find peace. Spirit wants you to listen. Spirit wants you to accept. And Spirit wants you to relax. Just relax. Relax. And everyone exhale. We're still staying in the healing. Someone's having trouble with their hands. Their hands. I'm going to say this feels almost like an arthritis-y type hand issue. Spirit's telling you to relax. They're also telling you to open. Bring your palms, fall upward. Bring both palms upward. And feel the healing. We all can do this. Just do that and get the healing. It'll still enter and go to where it has to go for you. But this woman's hands I'm supposed to heal. And everyone relax your mind. Relax your eyes. Relax your face. Now relax your heart. Relax your heart. And inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. And thanks, Spirit. All right. Well, thank you very much for joining in. Jen, I'm sorry. I forgot. I forgot. Yeah. Oh my. Oh my. I'm sorry. Yeah. It was actually, it was one hand, but it was both. It was, it wasn't, the one hand was more severe than the other. So, and Spirit didn't show me a face, but if it was for you, and it can be for more than one person. I mean, Spirit can heal a number of people for the same number of ailments at the same time. Okay. But just relax and remember when Spirit said, relax your heart, Spirit meant it. Spirit said, relax your mind, relax your face, relax your eyes, relax and go down to the heart and let it all go. Well, thank you all for joining me. I'll see you next Sunday night. Thank you, Andrew. Thank you, John. And I'll try to remember those gosh darn, maybe I know what I'll do. So I can take them to the office and not worry about forgetting them. I'll take a picture and I'll post it on Facebook in a day or two. All right. Well, thank you very much. And I'll see you then. Okie dokie. Bye for now.